Welcome everyone to another live session with Leverage TV. I'm Tushita, an overseas education expert at Leverage EDU. I coach students to make it to the top 100 colleges of the world. Today, the topic that we are going to be addressing is going to be how to approach your Common App essays. Before we begin, let me give you an insight about what we do. We are India's most trusted university admission platform. For students studying abroad, if you're planning to study abroad and wish to start your international study journey, feel free to reach out to us. We at Leverage Edu help you reach your dream study abroad destinations. If you are confused about how to apply to a university abroad and where and when to apply, we can always help you. Apart from this, we guide you through your application process to help you with constructing of your SOPs, preparing you for your interviews, helping you with your scholarships, loans, accommodations, and a lot more. You can reach out to us on leverageedu.com and avail the benefits of our university admission services. All right, everyone. So the topics that we are going to be approaching today is going to be what is Common App and what are these prompts or these essays. The next thing that I'm going to be talking about is going to be how a Common App essay is different from your SOPs. What is the importance of a Common App essay and how many words should a Common App essay be? Along with that, I will also be addressing a topic of how can Leverage Edu help you and what are the universities that do not require a Common App essay at all. So to begin with, I will give you a brief introduction about what Common App exactly is. So Common Application is an undergraduate education portal for undergraduate students and applicants that may want to apply to more than 900 members of colleges and in the 50 states of US and Districts of Columbia. It is also applicable for certain universities in Canada, China, Japan, and other European countries. Many members and college universities accept common applications and are made up of 250 public universities, 12 historically Black colleges and universities, and over 400 institutions that require a common application fee. It is managed by the staff of a non-profit organization called the Common App Incorporative and is governed by 18 volunteer members of boards of directors that are drawn from top-ranked universities abroad. Another thing, okay, and however, while we go through this, there are various Common App essay prompts that we look at. So for students, we do for these particular universities in US, Common App does not ask you to write an SOP or a personal statement, but rather asks you to work on these prompts. Now, these prompts are 7 in number, and they are talking about various things. Each and every essay asks a different question and wants to know a different aspect of your personality. You can write one of these 8 prompts, one of these 7-8 prompts, and that is fine. You don't have to attempt all of them. So the first prompt asks you of something meaningful. This goes saying that some students have a background, identity, interest, or talent so meaningful that they believe their application would be incomplete without it. If this sounds like you, please share your story. While we are looking at this particular prompt, this is where we actually talk about our background. Where do we come from? Our culture, our family, our interests, our talents. I mean, someone can have the uniquest of the talents, right? I actually had a student who talked about how she learned Reiki at a very young age. So this is something that she talked about in her essay, and it was a beautiful prompt that we utilized later on, and how it was so meaningful to her to heal other people using the same art. Then the second essay prompt that we have is overcoming obstacles. This particular prompt is mostly selected by students who want to go in for something sports oriented or people who want to show their determination in a very different light altogether. So this particular prompt is the lessons we take from obstacles we encounter can be fundamental to our later success. Recount a time when you faced a challenge, setback, or a failure, and how did it affect you and what did you learn from the experience. Now basically they want to understand, are you diligent, are you resilient, and what does your perseverance look like. So basically here they want to know if you failed somewhere and what did you learn from that particular thing. So those challenges, this is basically someone who can be a good leader would want to approach this question. Okay. The next prompt is questioning of a belief. So the question is, reflect upon a time when you questioned or challenged a belief or idea, what prompted your thinking, and what was the outcome. Sometimes when we as students or as individuals notice a lot of things and a lot of beliefs that are being followed and probably being followed blindly, we tend to question those. So basically, this is a question that talks about your curiosity about knowing certain concepts that exist in this world and how do you look at it. This is a question that is trying to understand your perspective all over. So this is a question that you must keep in mind. This is also a very, very commonly used prompt for many, many students. The fourth prompt that we have is called problem solving. So the problem solving prompt is basically describe a problem that you've solved or a problem you'd like to solve. It can be an intellectual challenge, a research query, an ethical dilemma, or anything of personal importance, no matter the scale. Explain its significance to you and what steps you took or could take to identify a solution. So this is where you can take up questions, such as something around, let's say, why isn't education for all? Hence, you can target something like poverty. You can talk about an ethical dilemma that, probably I was stuck in a situation which was doing something very good for me, but at the same time seemed very selfish to others. So this is a question that will help you understand yourself better, understand problem solving better. How do you approach problems? How do you plan to solve them? So this particular prompt advises students to not only tell about the dilemma, about what the problem that they are facing, and also want to understand, are you solution oriented? So what kind of a solution would you give out here? The fifth prompt that we have is called personal growth. So this is a question that, I think everyone must at least try writing about on one end. So here this is something that you also use otherwise, so for example, sometimes what happens is your common application also demands you to write a particular university might even demand you to write a personal essay. So this prompt can help you write that just in case you're not choosing this prompt otherwise. So this prompt says, discuss an accomplishment, event, or realization that sparked a period of personal growth and new understanding of yourself and others. Sometimes we go through experiences in our lives which teaches something new. I mean, every time it is only experience that teaches us to grow further. That's how we mature, that's how we grow. So they want to understand your turning point here. What makes you the person that you are? What are those accomplishments, events, or realizations that led you to you being you? The sixth prompt that we have is based on passion. Describe a topic, idea, or concept you find so engaging that it makes you lose all track of time. Why does it captivate you? Or who do you turn to when you want to learn more? So I had this student very, very recently, which went in the previous admission cycle. So he came up to me and he wanted to write about this particular topic. So he talked about time travel as a particular topic that makes him lose track of all time, quite literally. So this is the topic he really, really wanted to, discuss. And then again, after this, what was extremely important was, so this is what captivated his attention for all that while. So he wrote, he started his essay, even, quoting from Back to the Future. That's where he actually began. Prompt 7 is share any essay of your choice. So here the universities allow you to have your own choice. If you want to submit an already written essay or something that you have a different idea in your mind, all right, all of that is extremely advised here. Now, how is your Common App essay different from your SOP? Well, all the questions that I have prompted above are not the questions that your SOP actually answers. So your SOP starts with, gives a little to limited information about you, and they're very specific. It's a very formal document. How you attempt a Common App essay is more like a personal statement. So in this case, when you have this essay prompt in front of you, you can be a little informal, but your SOP has to be extremely formal. Again, what is important is this has a limited word limit. All right, this sometimes is a little more than your SOP, but that is the major difference. However, you must understand that Common App essays are more thought provoking, so they want to get into the depths of your personality and do not want an essay that already talks about your, let's say, all your background and achievements which are mentioned on your CV. So this is how your Common App essay is different from your SOP. What is the importance of a Common App essay and how many words should a Common App essay be? Well, a Common App essay is a key part of your application process. According to a 2019 study conducted by the National Association of College Admissions Counseling, 56.4% of the colleges surveyed considered the personal statement moderately or considerably important in the admission process. And highly selective institutions typically placed emphasis on these essays. So, however, whenever you're applying to an Ivy League college, I mean, there is a case of a student very recently, a student who has a lot of achievements, like national international level achievements in terms of sports. As he was applying to Harvard, he wrote the Common App essay on his failures and obstacles, which is what prompted the university to actually select him in. So this particular essay acted as a turning point for him. This is where you can, talk more about yourself, your aspects of your personalities that is hidden on one side, something that you're not able to showcase otherwise. So these questions actually help you dig deeper into who you are. Now, how do we actually start writing a Common App essay is a very tricky question. Now, when you start writing your Common App essays, you get really excited about, oh my God, I have an idea in mind. But as soon as you actually pick up a pen and paper and you start writing, it becomes very difficult because you do not know where to begin. So the best way to begin is, number one, to write your pointers on one side. Whatever you have to say, whatever pointers that pop in your head instantly, can be put down on a piece of paper, can be numbered right then and there. Then you pick up quotations, or you pick up examples, you draw your inspiration from here and there, and then you start. So you start off, in most cases, I advise students to start off with a personal quote that they feel resonates with, the situation they're targeting in these essays specifically. However, your Common App essay prompt has to be exactly 650 words. Now, another thing that your Common App portal actually demands is a COVID essay. So they ask you for a 250-word COVID essay as well, in which you talk about, let's say, whatever have you done in these times. We were all down, in a nationwide lockdown during this pandemic. So what are the things that you've done at home? Are you someone, from your experience, have you reflected upon who you are internally, and did you work on self discovery or self improvement, or are you someone who is outside helping other people? I mean, there were so many students who would wear PPE kits and would just march out to the nearby colonies and try, just telling people that how important is it that to maintain hygiene, to use a sanitizer, to use a mask. So these are things that students have highlighted in these essays. Or, there was a student that I know of who actually talked about how he actually sat down with a counseling psychologist who happened to be a friend of a friend. And he sat down with him and he actually conducted, Zoom sessions for his teachers and schoolmates all together, so that everyone could feel a little better about their mental health during these times. So this is one essay that we all must approach as well. How can we here at Leverage Edu actually help you regarding brainstorming these essays? Is that, number one, what we tend to do is we tend to give you a very customized approach to how you can brainstorm your essays. We sit down with you and try and understand your profile to help you actually understand which essay prompt is better for you. We review your essay prompts. We help you convert the pointers that you have given to us into something more stronger. So that is something that is of good use to you. There is editorial guidance. We have an editorial team that will help you through. We have a mentor who will review these Common App essays for you, and of course the head coach will do that for you as well. Okay, so which are the universities that do not require us to give a Common App essay? These universities not necessarily require a Common App essay, but do require writing supplements. That is not something that you would want to confuse yourself with, that whether there is a writing supplement or not. So there are essay questions, there are going to be short responses, university specific essays, writing supplements, even research papers that these universities can demand. However, in most cases, let's say if you're applying to an Ivy League school or an Ivy League college, they will demand a Common App essay. They will demand university specific essays. They will demand you to have a personal essay, COVID essay, and many other questions that they might have on the side. So here are a few names that actually do not require you to submit this essay at all. So for example, the Arizona State University does not require you to submit an essay. Clemson University does not do that. College of Charleston does not do that. DePaul University, and surprisingly, Georgia Tech does not ask you for a Common App essay. Indiana University, Bloomington does not. Loyola College, Chicago does not. Mississippi State University, New College of Florida, Otis College of Art and Design, Pennsylvania State University, University of Minnesota, Twin Cities, and University of Mississippi also does not demand one. Even University of Texas at Dallas does not. Even Virginia Tech does not demand you for these particular essays. Now, one of the most commonly asked questions that I come across is, even though I say that you can attempt this question in a personal statement format, it is actually very different for how your Common App essay is actually very different from your personal statement and your SOP. So basically your Common App statements are basically based on those 8 prompts that I have discussed in this particular video. They're not based on your personal anecdotes per se. I mean, you always talk about your personal anecdotes, but when you're approaching it through the eyes of a personal statement is very generalized, and these become very, very specific. Again, both personal statement and your Common App essay prompts are both, again, slightly informal, but your SOP is very formal. Meanwhile, I will be going over a couple of SOP questions that I have noted from other sources as well, which are most frequently asked. So, well, the idea now, the other one that is mostly asked by many students is, which kind of a statement should I pick? Should I pick a statement that I feel will make an impact over the university, or should I pick up a statement that is something that resonates with me? So basically, the answer to this is, there are a lot of essays that you feel that the university would really, really like, but it is the university basically wants to understand who you are. Now, when the university is trying to understand who you are, they would not want an SOP or an essay statement that is impressive but does not reflect your personality. So like we select a best fit university for us, we select a best fit Common App essay prompt for us as well. You need to sit down and you need to take up long brainstorming sessions to understand each of these questions and approach them well. It is extremely important that you understand which essay is important for you and which one is just something that seems, pretentiously glorifying maybe. In my opinion, the most attempted question is overcoming obstacles. So I would suggest that you can digress from this. You can talk a lot about personal growth. I mean, people do talk. This is a space, this is actually a very safe space. So a lot of students also talk about, how they had, let's say, self-esteem issues, or they were suffering from depression, or some of them might have had issues with, learning disabilities. They all talk about these prompts. Feel free to do that. That is not something I would advise, that, you don't take up such things. You can always address such topics. You can talk about various other things that are extremely important. For example, if a family member was not well, so that is an event that, let's say you are someone who went through a lot while your mother or father was not doing very well. This is actually an excerpt out of a Stanford essay that I had done for a student. He actually got that admit. So he talked about how his father was not well, and that was such a challenging time for him, and that how that period specifically became a time for his personal growth and understanding of himself. I mean, he was given a lot of responsibility at a very young age. So while his father was ill, he was trying to help his family, he was trying to help out at home, he was trying to finish off his education, which is extremely important. And this is an aspect of his personality that is extremely important for the university to know. Another very, very unique way of attempting this question is, let's say there are students, of course, there are a lot of places which have been recently affected, like Syria, or you talk about even Paris, or when you are someone who's been coming from an area which has a different perspective altogether, like someone who's coming from a war zone, some place where things are not very nice. So you are offering a different perspective altogether. So when you have a different perspective on life altogether, and you've been seeing all these atrocities, this is something a university would want to take in. So they advise students who come from various diverse backgrounds. So you can talk, even if you're coming from, let's say, a tribal community, you can always talk about this. If you belong to a completely different culture, you can talk about it, because these are experiences that they will firsthand experience while seeing you. So you become an asset to your university. So make sure you remember that. And this is one way you can talk about, in these particular essays, you can talk about your identity. I mean, there are students who talk about who have come from an LGBTQ community. So they talk about, even there are various scholarships that people from LGBTQ community tend to take up for US and other locations as well. This is basically to promote equality. So you can always talk about such things. If you're someone who started their own business, or there are students that I've come across who started their own NGOs and received funding for that as well at a very young age. So that is also something that you can talk about here. So you can use these essays well, pull out all your ideas. You can reach out to us anytime. We will help you brainstorm these essays in the best way possible and help you dish out a beautiful Common App essay prompt that will lead you to your dream university. Okay, so the other question that I've been asked very recently is, should I be giving a very generic view of my story, or should I fill it up with details? Then it is extremely important for a student to fill up their story with details to make it sound more and more authentic. So in cases such as this, what you tend to do is, let's say, I would suggest that, okay, so for example, you are someone who plays a certain sport and you went out for a competition and you're describing that event. So it is a good idea that you talk about how many participants were there. For example, you secured a first position among 55 participants, and while you were playing your particular sport, there were more than 200 people in the stadium who were just looking at you. So these words actually make an impact. These words add some volume, have an impact. These details are extremely important. So however specific you can, make your anecdotes, do that. That will always help you in drafting your Common App essays and statements very well. You can talk about, you can talk about different terminologies that you use. For example, if someone is going in for sports and, the specific sports terminologies that not a lot of people would know about, but you do because you are an expert on the field, you can always flaunt. Again, as I always say, your essay is, or your SOPs or your personal statements are places where you flaunt your achievements. There is no point being modest. It does not work in your favor. The universities cannot understand that. What they have is a written document. They are not hearing you at that very moment. It is extremely important also for the students to channel their authentic voice while writing. Common App essay, unlike most essays you've written for school or otherwise, instead of analyzing a piece of literature or historical event, showcase your identity. So the focus of the person is not what you've written or how you've written, but how your personality comes out to be. So this is how a university understands whether you're a better fit for them or not. The idea is not to use your English teacher to help you write this essay or a thesaurus, because they don't understand your experiences the way you do. So it is extremely important that you talk about your situations, your conditions with one of your coaches here, because we are in a better position to guide you on how to reflect that over your essays. However, you need to refrain from sounding too formal or using really big words. As I always state, that the best essays are written in plain, simple English. You can, and another thing that you must do is, okay, now again, as I say, for your SOP is not written in one day. Your Common App essays are also not written in one day. It takes you time. You have to go through various edits. You need to read your essay again and again and again to make it perfect. And after you feel it's perfect, make sure you have 2-3 people review it with you. Here you can ask our mentors, the editorial team. We're all here to support you to review your document again and again. Now, once when your document is reviewed again and again, and finally we come to a final byproduct, that is something that you submit. So please start writing your Common App essays as quickly as possible. I mean, take 6 months, take 3 months to write that essay down, but you need to make sure that it is the best possible essay you come out with. This is your ticket to making it to the best universities in US and other countries which accept this platform. There are other platforms as well. This is not the only way you submit your applications to US. There is Collision, there is Unibridge, there are other, then there are independent applications also that are that people tend to take up. So this is extremely important. I suggest that, one more tip that I would give everyone is, every time you have these essay prompts, make sure you write down your instances that you have come across in your college or in your school or somewhere like that, all these instances really matter. So whatever your developmental work, everything goes through these small journals that you can keep. You can talk about, let's say, how did you improve in your game, and you don't have an answer because you don't realize how much you have. So you make an anecdote of, let's say, from a very young age. You can always start writing about, various things that you've done. Just map out all your achievements. How were you feeling then? You have to take a trip down the memory lane to understand these essay prompts. Please stay tuned with us, and we have another webinar coming for you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Please be there. Thank you so much for attending today's show. Thank you so much, everyone.